Alright, budget magic time. Playing some all-in Shaman in Modern. I think we keep it. Only one land, but it's a scry land, and we're on the draw. So we get a draw to land, then a scry for a land, then another draw. Faith, oh god. And there's Dredge. Well, Temple of Abandon. Scry to the bottom, pass the turn. Well, we pretty much need to hit a land. Our opponent's filling their graveyard. Burning Inquiry. This might find us land. Opponent dredges. Dredges. Good lord. And we seriously did not get a land. We drew 3 new cards and not a single land. That's bad. Now we might just be pretty dead. Land? Do we just scoop? I guess we just pass. Oh my goodness. Dredge is a Narcomoeba. Gets back a prized amalgam. Gets in with the blood gas. Down to 14. Mana Confluence. Looting. Gets a Narcomoeba. Gets back a million prized amalgams. Alright. I mean, even if we draw land, we still don't win. Oh, that was pretty unfortunate. Well, we get 3 Loaming Shamans. Go down a couple of Fire Drinkers and a Bolt. Try it like that. Alright, we get to play first. Well, this is a lot better than the last hand. We're on the play, and we have a Loaming Shaman, which is what we want against Dredge. That's our sideboard card. So, Forest, go. And we have double Rage Forger. Gemstone Mine for our opponent. And Faithless Looting. Gnaw to the Bone and a Stinkweed. Well, Mountain. Beast Caller. Do we want a Flamekin Harbinger? What would we even get? Another Beast Caller? No, that's not even an elemental. I guess we just play it but don't find anything. Pass the turn. There's the dredging. Our opponent is going to be able to get back blood gas, unfortunately. Another looting. Dredges. Dredges. Well, let's see if Loaming Shaman is good enough. Our opponent gets back blood gas, I assume, as long as they have a land. There's a land. Gets back 3 blood gas. Would have been nice if they were still in the graveyard, but we'll make do. They can't block. Well, let's Loaming Shaman. This is the worst thing ever. It's so hard to tell what's been clicked. Alright, everything shuffles back in. Get in for one. Pass the turn. And now, in theory, Rage Forger into Rage Forger should be able to close out the game. Mana Confluence, and opponent passes. Yeah, let's just Rage Forger. Put a counter on everything. Alright. Lightning Axe, discard a Grave Troll. So our opponent had one of their very few cards that actually do anything. That is kind of unfortunate, actually. Opponent gets to dredge. And they probably get to keep dredging. Alright, we're down to 8. We get a land. What happens if we Rage Forger? We would hit for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm not sure that's good enough. I guess it would force our opponent to flash back a Gnaw to the Bone. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, let's just do it. Rage Forger number 2. More counters. Swing with everything. Get a million Rage Forger triggers. And flashing back Gnaw to the Bone, I think is 3 mana, right? So it means our opponent's going to have to give up their Gemstone Mine. And take a damage from Mana Confluence. and they don't gain that much. They go up to 18, lose a land in the process. I don't think we kill them, though. 14, 13, 12. The good news is they need to do something pretty good this turn. They get an Archamoeba, they get Prized Amalgam, but I don't think it matters. They didn't hit a Bloodghast, and we don't really need to actually deal combat damage to win. We just need to attack and get Rage Forger triggers. And that does it! Whoo! Alright, well, Loaming Shaman was just good enough. I guess that's the card we want in our hand. Alright, here we are for Game 3 against Dredge, and we will keep it. Not perfect, but we do have a Loaming Shaman, and that's our best card. Deck more Salvage for our opponent. Now, let's lead on Temple, get the Scry, Mountain to the bottom, pass the turn. Ooh, our opponent passes. We draw a Mountain anyway. Well, let's play a Forest, Burning Tree Emissary, add some mana, Flamekin Harbinger with the red mana, search up a Rage Forger, and pass the turn. Well, feeling kind of good about this. Well, our opponent found a Dredger in Dark Blast. Not a great one. They get a Narcomoeba, mill a Conflagrate, and passes. Well, Rootbound Crag and Rage Forger. I don't think it's worth Loaming Shaman yet. Get in with Burning Tree. Opponent Dark Blast just because they want it in the graveyard. Opponent drops to 19. No blocks. Dredges. Ooh, they get a Grave Troll and a life from the loam. And passes. We get a Bolt. Alright, I think the plan is attack with both. If our opponent tries to Dark Blast and block, then we Bolt Narcomoeba, and then Loaming Shaman to get rid of our opponent's ability to dredge. Oh, that's not what I expected. I assume you Dark Blast there and then block, but our opponent played around it. Well, the good news is we get to play a Mountain, play Flamekid Harbinger, get a Rage Forger, and then Loaming Shaman, shuffle all of our opponent's stuff back in, which should just be game. Loaming Shaman has been super key to this matchup. I mean, our opponent had a really bad hand this game, but it won us the last game too when our opponent actually had a good hand. And that does it! Oh, Loaming Shaman for the win. Sweet! Well, we beat the new best deck in Modern.